Well, I'm just waiting on people to join the live. But, I've been thinking about this a lot because it's getting close to 9/11 again. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos of that horrific day. So many people recorded the crash, and it's so damn scary, man, for real. Like, it's hard to even look at. A lot of YouTubers probably won't talk about it, too afraid to talk about it. But I'm not, because it's something that that's a day that we all need to remember. That's a day that we all look back on. We all, we come together as people and realize that that shit can happen. And you never know where you at, where you may be, who you may be with when that shit happens. And like I said, I've been watching so many different videos of that shit, and oh my god, it's mind boggling. Like, you see the people jumping from the building, you see the planes crashing into the buildings, the explosions. Certain survivors talk about that particular day, and oh my god, man, it's heartbreaking. And as far as it happening again, I don't really know if it can happen again. I truly hope not. But it can be really scary, for real, because you just never know. Hold on, y'all. Trying to get over. These people don't want to let you in. All right. Just waiting on some people to jump in so we can talk about this. What up, Cub?
Cuzzo, I've been
Happy you
trying.
jump.
Huh?
Happy you jumped in on it.
Oh, okay, okay. You sent it all out to the family. That's what this means. Start doing these right here. This live.
Yeah.
Most definitely, Joe. That's what to do. Most
I've
definitely.
been I just been watching a lot of videos of that shit, man.
Yeah, yeah, no question.
I
And it
figure
is coming back around.
why not talk about it?
I said it. I said I debated with anybody, man. That what's his name? Elon Musk is a robot, man, and we can have a debate about it. I just think he's more of a advanced robot. Now, I don't want to throw nothing out there. I'm just my own opinion. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own opinion. But I think he's probably more of an advanced robot. You know what I'm saying? Because if you look at the facts on it, where them where it didn't go mainstream, but those
Yeah.
the medical doctors that was manufacturing those robots over there, where the robots backfired on them and killed, 20 plus doctors. I say these robots, the doctors even, a lot of doctors admitted to us saying these robots were so advanced that they realized they found the way of how to recreate themselves,
Yeah.
better than they were created by man. And if you look at everything nowadays, it's the 20th century. Everything is mechanical. Everything is technical. So it's like even the cars now are technical, basically ran by AI. You know, if something was to occur again, yes, AI behind it. I bet. I mean,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, coming from where we came from, it's good technology. Don't get me wrong, that is some good technology. We're more advanced. Every day we should only grow. We shouldn't,
Yeah.
uh, 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 we shouldn't be more like subtracting from our, where we're headed in the world. We should be more growing every day in the advancement of
I agree.
technology, and everything. But it can come back and backfire. And that was just a prime example that it didn't go mainstream. It didn't go as mainstream as we're trying to make AI go right now. AI this and AI that. But when you talking death, you know what I'm saying? You can talk about the stuff that's happening in the neighborhoods and in the cities and death. And, that should have been something that actually went mainstream. It should have been aired for quite some time.
Yeah.
They don't want the people to be nervous or scared. So,
So what you think? You think that shit can happen again with the 9/11?
I, it was always a copycat. It happened before. Instead of coming from the top, it came from the bottom. In a van. But it didn't
Yeah.
work as planned. So this time, as we know already now, who was behind it. They came from the top with it. Can it happen again? Yeah. Is it probably being planned right now? Who knows? But it's always going to be those monumental days and those memorial days where the enemy will always be up to no good, because if he thinks that our focus is on one thing, he's already plotting the plan. I think that's possible that it could happen. I know.
Man, I don't know. I pray that it's not gonna happen again.
Uh-huh.
But the way it happened back in that day, man, I remember where the hell I was at when that shit happened, and it's just scary to even think about that type of shit.
Uh-huh. I remember I had jumped on a city bus, and a guy had jumped on, like a homeless guy, and he come walking through the whole bus, complaining. He was an ex-veteran, and everybody thought he was kind of drunk. And it'd be those moments where you got to listen, because he was being serious. Like, that's what they get, and they deserved it. And I was just gonna be national news, so that's why I went very, very. That video going viral. Like, that's what they. Not the video. I mean, his intensity on the bus made everybody kind of key into what he was talking about. Like, what is he saying? Like, what I'm saying? Some people was looking into it like, oh yeah, this is what's going on. I'm talking to so and so on the phone. But he started talking about it like, oh yeah, that's what they get, and they deserved it, and blah blah blah, blah, them 20,000 people, So yeah, I jumped off the bus like, what the heck? But I was wondering, like, what was he talking about? So I get to the crib, put the news on, and there I was on the news, like, boom, first building up of smoke. By the time I'm sure everybody was looking at that time too, before the second plane came in. You know what I'm saying? It was like, is it a terror attack? Are we under attack? What's really going on at the end of the day? So that I mean, with our security, our national security, our law enforcement, everything. I mean, it got past them, the first time. So I mean, I think that's more amplified now. But it's possible. It still can happen. It's always a copycat. Copycat want to look good and reenact. You know,
Yeah, about that shit. I never even
uh-huh.
knew the plane crashing and shit. Like,
Uh-huh.
like it's crazy, cuz.
No, it was a lot of
It's crazy.
I watched a lot of them videos. I did. I mean, in remembrance is always good to watch the movie too, because it was our reality. Well, we don't have to read about this in our books, but we know that was our reality. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I like to watch the movie on 9/11. You know, it's good to watch.
It's just, you just think about what the people was going through, at that time, knowing they're about to crash into a building. Like, they knew before it even happened because you can see it.
Yeah.
And man, I just can't imagine
Yeah.
going through.
I know the families. I'll say since you lied, my condolences definitely to the families. That
Cuz well, yeah, cuz well, one of my guests left, my cousin. I guess he having some technical difficulties right now. But yeah, I'm just, talking about 9/11 because it's coming and a lot of people gonna be going to see their loved ones, everyone that passed away that day. And I just been watching a lot of videos of that shit, the different aspects of it, the different angles on how the plane uh impacted, how it exploded. You got people talking about that. You can see like the explosion. A lot of people was confused with the second plane crashing into the building, and the moment it impacted, there was a explosion on the opposite side of the building. So a lot of people was wondering, was it already a bomb before, before the whole entire impact? And I'm kind of lost on that. I don't know. No, you good.
I had to go put it back on the charger. You know what I'm saying?
I'm waiting to see if other people gonna come join in. I
I
sent
know
out the
I'm thinking Cuzzo gonna join in. We had a good trip in Chicago. That was real good. It was nice. Didn't make it to bowling, but I heard some good stuff about bowling. I'm like, okay, we could do that up here at the crib. Then we got Cuzzo,
Mhm.
Rick on my team. You know what I mean? Let's go. You know what I
Hell
mean?
yeah.
He on my squad. But no, it was good.
I want to start doing this more because I want to talk about like when we grew up, shit we used to do and shit. Like I want to do all that on here.
Yep.
People will listen to this type of shit, man.
Yeah, they'll definitely tune in. You know what I'm saying? Everyday life. That's the way of the world right now. Social media. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I tell them all the time, Joe. Like, but forget the hater. You know what I mean? If you making money doing it this way, why fuck the hater, Joe? Hold on, this is what they paying. This how they doing it. This how the
Mhm.
world is right now, Joe. Where everybody tuning in, we getting online,
Mhm.
and connecting that way like we never connected with Buddy them from what I'm saying, the trenches over there in Philly,
Right.
or Buddy them down there in the 8. You know what I'm saying? But now cats are connecting. Everybody
And this is
connecting.
and this an easy way to get everybody. Like
Yeah,
we all could be on here together talking shit, just having a good time.
no question. No question. I'm surprised nobody else joined in. I know Cuz.
Well, I got to get all of them to subscribe. A lot of them not even subscribed to the
Oh,
channel, cuz.
oh.
Yeah, I'm kind of pissed off on that. Like I was
But how
pissed off
many
when I
people?
heard like Chicago family, like they
Uh-huh.
not subscribed to the channel, which I
But
don't understand. No support.
how many people can you have on live like
You
this?
can have how many you want.
Oh, for real? Talk
Yeah.
about them topics. Hit them with some topics. You know what they want to talk about. I mean, what you talking about? Cause it's audience. Let's go. You talking about 9/11? You know, as I was still hitting on that point too. You know, my condolences to the families and the loved ones that was lost. You know, before my phone, got disconnected or interrupted. But yeah, I always got to do that. But it's still a moment in history too that changed the world. It changed how our government control things and enforce things. And so all of them times bring about a moment in history that will, even with COVID-19, following COVID-19, is a reflection of what we don't seen and what the people that was lost in COVID-19, which was a lot of people. I mean, it's sadly to say, that was a lot of people, but you have to believe in that truth and what that word is saying too, though. That word of God. You can't keep reading it and going to the pulpit on Sundays, listening to the pastors, and then go back and hear the word of God, and then kind of get mingled back up in the world and misunderstood from what the word is saying. But we have to come back to the fact that God is the Father, and if He spoke it, it's truth. So that's why Jesus said when He returned, He ain't trying to see if you with your family, or you on the beach kicking it, or you riding in your Bentley. You know what I'm saying? Or your big multi-million-dollar house that you're trying to hold on to. He said when you come back, you're looking for faith. You're looking for faith on the earth.
Yeah.
He's trying to see who rocking with me, who's still holding down with me. Because it ain't gonna be too many comings. I'm gonna come and try. I'm grabbing my people the first time coming. I'm grabbing them. I'm hoping that everybody ready. I have to tell my son that how the kids are nowadays, and they feel like, oh, that's weird and that ain't real. And I say, no. I say the Bible, it had people that killed. It was killers in the Bible. It's real.
Yeah.
If like God say, choose. You got the power of life and death is to the tongue. Choose life. It's real. It was killers in the Bible. But then in the first story here, I think for Moses alone, Moses killing the Roman soldier and burying them and hiding them, running to the wilderness. So it was definitely murder, but the difference was that the murder was in the name of the Father and the belief in His word and His way, His laws, statutes, and commandments. So, with everything that's occurring, it's pretty much in that word of God. You gotta hear it in the spirit. And that people decoded it from 9/11. When 9/11 happened, people went in the word and you've seen people blogging on YouTube with scriptures and things like that. And
Yeah.
so it definitely is truth.
Yes.
So, for such a time as this, is the only truth. At the end of the day, but for everything, it's in that word. If it was to be another attack, on such a place, 9/11 or 2/11, 3/11. And I'm not being sarcastic or joking, but
Yeah.
if it was to be another attack, it would also be recorded. If it was such a one that would take a lot of life, it would be in that word of God. Somewhere in that word, a prophet had seen a vision, or God came to a prophet, and the prophet spoke it. And we just read it. But now we at a point in our generation where we just reading it or have read it and grew up in it. And now, for such a time as this, God is saying, I'm looking for the believer now. So I'm looking for the one who believe in now,
Yeah.
the one who's standing on my truth, who's standing on my words. Who, we go to church. Jesus said everything He did, we can do. You see storm chasers, but you don't see nobody standing there trying to just rebuke a storm in the middle of the field. Definitely without somebody saying he nuts or she nuts. He all out there screaming, in the name of Jesus, I cast you down. The Son, the Father, and the Holy Spirit, I cast you down. You can't come here, storm. Go the other way. Go to that state. You don't see that. But for such a time as these days coming about, it's about to take place. The prophets, somebody say the world is waiting on the manifestations of the sons of God. It's time for the sons of God to rise up with the miracle signs and wonders. Not just rise up like we've been doing, prophesying, but it's time for the miracle signs and wonders. Wow. That's what captured attention.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when my son incident, I went in the hospital and I seen something. Me and my wife, she was like, "Oh, so many sick people." And I'm just like,
Wait, what happened?
in my son incident, and he had, and I had went in the hospital. And my wife was just like, "Oh, so many sick people in here," and because it's COVID-19 and things that happened, and a lot of elderly was in there. I say, yeah. I say, well, there's going to come a time where you're going to come in the hospital, a believer, you're going to come in the hospital and you got to believe this. You got to stand tall, know that you're a king.
Yeah.
You got to believe in the unseen. You got to believe that you're a king and that there's many watching, or you got many soldiers and angels behind you. You got to believe in that kingdom. See, you can't hear the word, we got to live the word. You got to believe in that kingdom. You got to know that you're a king when you move in. And the enemy will throw a dart. But you got to know you in that kingdom and know the truth that's in behind that kingdom, and you got to stand tall with it. And I told him when we went in that hospital, I said, well, it's coming a time where the sons of God finna wake up. Not only will they come and heal all the sick people, because that's what we think. It's all about healing the sick. But they can also heal the doctors, the security guards, the people who just passing through, because it's miracle working power. So it ain't gonna just be healing who's sick.
Yeah.
No, as Jesus said, what you have seen you can do, but you also can do more than what I did. So it ain't gonna also be just healing the sick people in the hospital. You go in there and heal the whole building, even the ones that feel like they don't need it. When they see the power of God knock them off their feet, and everybody will come running, because that's what the Bible represented, and that's what it stood for. That's all we read about. The prophets, as Israel moved along, they all stood together, fighting off anybody that came their way. That and we read the stories, but the stories is real.
Oh yeah, I know it is.
It's real. When you on that attack, you know the realness of you believe what you read when you're under attack, because it's a natural attack. Like we always say, street smart and book smart. Some of the stuff that you hearing on book smart ain't how it went in the street. But the street cat ain't gonna be quick to run to the books and say la 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 la. They know they're breaking the code, so you can't do that.
Yeah.
So but yeah, most definitely. I get too deep on that. You know what I'm saying? I thought somebody would have jumped in by now. One of the cousins would have jumped in.
And this is the hardest part doing this, the
No, that
live
ain't
part,
hard. Cuz you should do this more.
because you don't get so many people on there and it becomes frustrating.
Well, not just that. You should do it with other regular bloggers too,
Yeah.
and guys who have been in the game.
You know, I want to start a podcast too.
Okay, that'd be good. No, that's good, man. Man, you know, me and your bro supposed to did that.
Well, the podcast.
Yeah, supposed to got one going. You know what I'm saying? Like when I be watching jokers on TikTok, I tell them all the time. I don't even care. I don't even know they can see. I tell them, man. You know, people put their comments in there. I say, man, forget what the next person's saying. Get your money. If it's paying you, bro, get your bread. You know, at the end of the day, you got to work for that. You know, you got to get online. You got to, you know, broadcast who you are. You know, show who you are as a person. So it's like, get your money. Why wouldn't you? But no, I ain't gonna stay too long because you called me. I've been in here painting. You know.
No, you just
I'm
you
painting.
paint.
Yeah, I'm painting right now. I got all the tape on everything. I'm kind of doing some painting right now. Kind of painting everything right now.
Well, you painting the whole house?
Yeah, I'm gonna paint the whole house. I'm gonna paint the whole house. You know, because reflecting back on Chicago, you know, with Uncle. Yeah, it was kind of weird and strange, but
With who?
with Uncle Turk.
Yeah, I heard about it.
Yeah. So it just started off kind of weird. We like, what? You know, because we know the severity and what's going on. You know, because at the end of the day, our elderly is getting old. You know, there ain't no other way around because we getting old too. So
Yeah, I
you know
don't
they
like to
getting
think
old.
about
You
it.
know, and that one can't see out of one eye and the other one can't walk and all this because they get old. You know, it ain't funny, but they getting old. You know?
I almost spit this damn drink out.
And like my mama ain't in the best situation. I know you heard about that.
Yeah.
Because the whole family mourns behind that too. Because you know that's bad. But the turkey kind of shocked me. But on church though, he kind of did his thing. He went to church. Uncle Turk did his thing. I ain't gonna lie.
You know, I'm gonna keep it real. I think I need to change the title of this shit. Maybe I should have just changed it to RDS going live instead of talking about what's the name because you know
If you
it's
like
just Uncle Steve. Y'all close with Uncle Steve. You know, we all had our uncles who we were close with, and I never been close to Uncle Steve. So
yeah. Well, we
you know,
all
I'm close. You know, I'm close with Uncle Mort.
yeah, we was close to Uncle Mark. We was in there talking to Uncle Mark. But during church service, he did light up the church service. Let me say it that way. He did do that. Got down for church. You know, but it's real. Grandma and them is old. You know, cut no corner. They old. You know, a lot of stuff was being said. Stuff I ain't never heard. Like whoa. So it's like this is hot. You know, but overall it was a good time. Though. We all really enjoyed ourselves. Kicked it. You know, because it was all us. We ain't called no more family over. You know, grandma didn't want that. She wanted all her grandkids. So y'all, you know, you would have came, bro would have came. You know, Lil Dot, and them. I mean, we dressed her ton. I'm telling you, everything was on the wood. I'm cutting no corner on this one. But I do hear you on that topic because what people are tuning in looking to hear me, you talking about something totally different. But it ain't a 9/11. There ain't no damn 9/11. But they ain't talking about. But that's how you pull the people in because you put a good topic out there. Even if something relevant, even if something going on like current.
Oh, I was gonna talk about the man Trump.
Yeah, I
that-
know. I wish you would have came for Trump, man. I wish you would have. You could see the red running in the streets, parked the Red Sea.
I'm with Trump, right?
Huh?
I'm a Trump fan.
You a Trump man?
Yeah,
Oh, you ain't no Trump guy, man.
always been.
No, bro.
Yeah, I'm a Trump supporter.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know me. I always been Team Trump. What you talk about? It ain't nothing but Trump right here, Joe. It ain't about the money. Trump was the realest. He got in there, freed us from 400 years
Man,
of slavery.
if Trump was in power back then doing that 9/11 shit, it would have never happened.
No, it'd have been real war.
It would have never happened.
Why? Because Trump is the epitome of Putin. Trump wanted to let's make America great again.
Yep, he's all for it, man. That's what he's about.
Manufacturing our own land. Like just like now, these buildings that's going up. You know, let's get the plan architect. Let's get the guys on the job. Let's get this stuff laid. You know what I mean? And that's what's going on every which way. Every state, everything. Like, all the bridges, everything. Like, and a lot of that's by him. But at the end of the day, I think Trump, like you said, if he was still in office, a lot of that stuff would have never ever happened. I vote, man. Look, I ain't afraid to say Trump. They want you to say
Trump would
they
have,
try to act like it wasn't us or a different gender. No, they said at the end of the day, they said that race was a division, the whole country. About what, 500 plus some million, 1000 some million, 10 million people, something like that. So half went for Biden, half went for Trump. If it wasn't a rigged,
man, fuck off. Nah, hell no. Biden stole that election.
yeah, I
He
ain't gonna say
stole that
that.
election.
I'm not gonna even say he did. Me and my wife didn't say he did. You know, uh, the tables didn't add up right. So,
Mm-hmm.
like, they know Trump was doing one hell of a bad job, and I don't even want to say one hell of a, I mean one heck of a job, and they got him out of there. I had a guy at work. He always like motivational speaking. A young guy telling me about Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and all these other people, history. They say, how they do every black person or anybody that want to represent us. There's only two things that happen to them. They either get assassinated or they go to jail. And like Trump came in there and said, I'm going to release 400 years of slavery. Now, what president have done that? Now, it didn't hit the map, and it still ain't really hit the fan for a lot of people, or a lot of our race. But when Trump did that, I knew. When I seen that, I said, he's gone. Ain't getting him out of there. Whether it's the world order people or whoever these people who govern the land or whoever it is, they getting Trump out of there. Because Trump was just doing. Trump came in because he was spiritual too. That's why I like Trump too. He wasn't just a president; he was spiritual. Trump was weak. That's why during an election, I sent out that tweet like, man, why would you hold the book and not read the book? Like that's why so much I feel like came against him now because, let God's plan be God's plan, and not try to step on top of that. So let God's plan be the plan. And roll with it because you already been the president. You still got a chance of being reelected to be the president. Obviously, we know 2024, but what happens if you don't get elected? Some other hear me out, and some other Republican get elected because I don't think it's going to be a Democrat. They can put 20 Obamas out there. I don't think it's going to be a Democrat that's going to get elected.
Yeah.
Now, Joey coming with some punches. Don't get me wrong, but the truth of the matter is, we gotta hope deep down inside Joey don't become an embarrassment during, the election. Like And I don't mean an embarrassment as in totally professional, but an embarrassment as in his health, as in he ain't got no control over it, as in when he polls on national TV in the midst of a debate, would his health give way for such a moment? That's full of thinking and full of detail and where we're headed in the future. So those questions, and then obviously the nonsense questions, because the nonsense questions, that's what throw them into a shock. The stuff you don't want to hear, and it's like, look, we're doing everything you saying. You keep asking the same questions. So that kind of stuff will drive you at that age. I bet, yeah, he probably is sitting there, zoned out, trying to get a word out, but it ain't coming out like, well, I would get this word out on you, like, you know what I mean? You see me over here, the Joey, right? I showed Joey a few times. Joey said that, like, and I thought, like, still a bad man, though. Still leading the country. These are unnecessary questions, petty questions. Let who's in office lead the country for such a time as this. COVID-19 just happened. Let who in office lead the country. We ain't gotta like them, but let them lead the country, because we coming off a time where COVID-19 was crucial. So we ain't gotta like Joey, because now it ain't about Joey, because Joey could have got wiped out, like Trump caught the virus. So Joey could have got wiped out. Got wiped out. You know what I'm saying? So COVID-19 was hitting any and everybody. So now that's why I put that on Twitter. I said, man, right now it's for only the strongest gonna survive this one. And obviously we hear that all the time, and we don't mean physical. When you hear that saying, you mean mentally, or it's more of a take-in situation. But only the strongest will survive this one mentally, because it's a mind thing. It's one thing to be incarcerated, locked up 23 hours, 24 hours a day. It's another thing for the whole world to be locked up 24 hours a day. Some who never witnessed a day in their life of being, barricaded in the home or can't do anything. That's why I started hearing all those riots following, the reopening of a lot of places. People started rioting, and I think it was in France. It was one of them places in Europe, somewhere over there, where they was getting upset, like, no, we want to reopen. China. It was national news. So it was everywhere. I want somebody else tuning in.
Yeah, they coming and going. People coming and going.
Okay.
How do you see it on your phone? Do you see my face and your face?
Yeah. But I wanted to see like somebody else log in when they see.
Tiff did it with me before a long time ago.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
But I'm pro-Trump. I hope Trump goes 2024. I hope he don't change up who he is, because as the enemy has always did, he tried to throw race in there, but division, trying to divide us as a people.
Well, I know one thing. Biden, old ass, don't need to try to run again.
He don't. Nobody said during the debate he might.
He too damn old. He too damn old, man.
Just imagine. I ain't gonna even imagine that, but it's another thing to imagine. For such a time as that, he do not need to freeze during the debate. It would be such a low blow, and it won't be because he's not professional and a person with integrity. Really get it out, but a person with integrity that can handle the country in such a way as a president should. But is that his age may hinder, the future, because he might run another 4 years, and we don't know if even within the first year would it be another with the vice president take over. So would Kamala Harris be taking over, within the next year? Would he have a medical condition, or will she take over 2 years later? So, and nobody really knows that. But right now, Joey, I seen someone, he said, man, he said, my dad always told me, he said, Joey, he said, work ain't just for a pay, a job ain't just for a paycheck. You know, he said, a job's your dignity. I just watched something that he had going on. Like I always tell the guys that work, like, man, don't just come here to work the job. Man, ain't what that about, bro. I'm just getting a paycheck. We know we got to get the paycheck. How else you going to get the paycheck? So if you ain't working, what else you going to do? Because you got to do something. The word say if you don't work, you don't eat. So you got to do something. So, but it's bigger than just that. Because you involved with others. You're involved with, different people. You're involved with, you know, different ethnicities, genders, ages. But yeah, I definitely pro Trump over here too. They act like, the black man didn't vote for him. That's a lie. I was 10 toes down. Give me Trump. Give me Trump again. Don't even play. But they know Trump got most of the vote. They might have did bring it up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I changed the title, by the way.
You did?
I just did now.
No, don't get me wrong. Trump. Don't get me wrong. Trump might get back in there, and it might be a different ball game you got to roll with now compared to how it would have been if he kept going, making America great again. But now it might be a different ball game you got to roll with and stroll with. Like I said.
Cause I want to ask you something. Cause I had asked Tanya about this, and she said that she didn't see it. Can you see the join button when you go on my channel? I just want to know if you see it.
Yeah,
like when
you see the joint. Yeah, I see the joint.
You see it on there?
I did. Not by me, you on here, but I seen the joint.
Okay, I just want to make sure. She says she can't see it on hers. And I'm like, everyone should be able to see
I think
it.
you gotta go to the text. I went to the text and hit
No,
that.
not for this. For a membership on my channel. Like if you go to my regular channel
Subscribe.
and not that, to join, to become a member. Can you see that?
No, I don't think I've seen that either, man. I don't think I've seen that either. I know what you're saying, though. I don't think
I'm watching us right now on my computer.
Oh. So it's joining to be a member?
Oh yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, that's the perks and stuff that come with doing my channel. That's how you get paid too. You get people to join and become members.
Okay, get me going, Joe. I'm gonna start blogging. You understand me, Joe? Kokomo, the truth. Always on that but the truth.
So I changed the title to just RDS Real Talk.
Uh-huh.
So you can talk about anything, whoever want to come in.
We're just politicking on anything, Joe. I'm definitely a politician. You understand me? Like, I talk about what it is and how it is. I ain't cutting no corners. What was I watching? Me and your bro was talking about something. When we talk about our people. And a good topic would be the senseless violence
that ain't gonna never stop.
Well, here's the thing: let's demolish every police department, or let's demolish the police departments. And it's like, but you ain't running to the fight. You understand me? So it's like we talking, but they acting, and we trying to cut off who run into the fight. And now we see as the crime and the violence increased, something they didn't have to deal with, but now we see as it increased, they want to keep our law enforcement. Now they understand the truth in that. Like, hold on, don't be stupid. See, us as a people, yeah, for that moment in time with George Floyd, yes. But you can't judge that character that way. as my pastor say, black motherfucker we'll be still on the slave cornfields. We ain't get ourselves off of that. God got us off of that. He had to use somebody to get us off of that. I told cousin, bro, I said, man, I had a white dude and I had two little black kids come to the house, right? I got teenagers floating all around. But I said, it was a young white boy. It was two black kids came to the door. I go to the door. Hey, how y'all doing, man? Yeah, we want to have Bible study, man. I know it, right? And I don't even know they went to the next house, right? They came out of nowhere. They said, we want to have Bible study. And I'm looking at them. The white kids, he's head of the two black kids. He's on top of this. Like, we want to have Bible study. He at my door. I'm like, whoa. I know my youngster. He in house smell like a skunk. You don't want to come in here. Right? Just hold on. Let me talk to you, because I said, but I don't mind having Bible study with you. I said, let me get can I exchange your number, get your number. So the guy gave me the white kid. And so they walked off. I kind of watched them walk off. I think they walked off and left. I know how God sent people your way. So, the white kid texted me, like, do you want to have that Bible study or whatever? And I'm like, I was busy at the time working and something. I said, nah, but I do want to have a Bible study. Then the Holy Spirit that hit me like a day or so later and said, do you remember the white kid that died doing it was civil rights? It was Alabama. It was somewhere down there. It was somewhere in the South. But it was the white activists with the two black activists.
Yeah.
Where they put their life on the line for freedom. You know what I'm saying? Even the white kid. His life on the line for the freedom. But God had put that in my spirit. This is a reflection of that. The only difference is it's the freedom now. And they doing it in my name. So they come and want to have word with you in my name. They going in the world trying to fight for freedom. They said, I want to hear the word of God. My kid and two black kids. Charged up, these two little teenagers, and I'm like, whoa. They charged. Like, I want to hear the word. Let's read the word. And so that's just another area, because the devil always divides the black and white, and that's what it's always been. But reflecting back on 9/11, 9/11 did happen. The death toll was 5-something thousand. I estimated it ain't nothing to estimate, but 4,000. But the death toll, ethnicities, was almost every race. And another common part of the 9/11 thing was that when everything started collapsing, the dust was all in the streets, everybody looked the same. It didn't matter what color or ethnicity you was, it didn't matter what gender you was covered under that dust. You looked at the same as the next person standing next to you. So tragedy moment. Because it's those tragedy moments that make us see that we are unity, but we will fall, because a house divided won't stand. So we will fall in America because we won't stand if we divide it. And if every issue and every topic is going to be, it's the black way or it's the white way. But Jesus came to die for everybody. It's my way. So if it's my way, that's your brother and that's your sister. It's the enemy always trying to divide the world, let alone the country, but the world. That's with the black and white division. More so in America, though, and our leaders in America, they kind of get misled and not continuing to remain and standing on the truth. Because we're not a divided country. that incident that just happened with the kid that shot up those black people in the dollar store, the white
Yeah,
kid,
I read about that.
you know, and what the enemy try to do is stir up the fear, as into like saying making it a race thing. Now, there's been a lot of public shootings and massacres and things happening lately, right? No matter what race, but it's like the sniper. What was it? The Washington sniper? Who was it? The Houston sniper? Black guy. And, we in the hood at the time. All the hood niggas, we like, man, we know damn well that's a white motherfucker doing sniping motherfucker like that, though. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the stereotype. For sure, that's a white motherfucker, Joe. And then when we all found out it was a black dude, you know, hooked up his car and shit, and sniping, it shocked us. Because we used to a division and we used to a certain who do this or who do that. But the reality is we live in such a time where the enemy know his days are numbered. So division, but he know at the same time he's doing it with this ethnicity and this ethnicity too.
Yeah.
He's doing the same deal. He's doing it with this ethnicity. He's committing massacres and shootouts at the clubs and the parties, you know, in the mall areas and in these camps. I mean, everything. You know, and to know that some of these schools still can walk right up in them. It's a lack of security, the lack of government protecting the people. It's one thing to say the law, but this is bigger than that. This is our kids. We know this is the future.
Yeah.
Regardless, they're the future. And we still haven't came up with a plan in play for real true protection. So the truth of the matter is every day is still now, for such a time as this, almost a scare to a parent when your kid gotta go to school now. Because it's still like, damn, can I trust what's gonna happen today? And then you go to some of these schools, you can walk right in them. Like it's nothing. You can walk right in these schools, bro. Like, you know, and it's sad for our children. It's sad for our kids. It's sad for the future. It's sad that our government officials, you know, after those, what was that? Remember the what was it? Not junior high kids, but what is that? What is that? No, was it kindergarten kid? No, it wasn't kindergarten. Was it kindergarten kids? What was it, the 5-year-old and 8-year-olds when they got massacred? Do you remember that?
I don't.
I think it was 13-year-olds just reaching 13. It was a 9-year-old. It was the girl that came in there and killed. Oh no, that was the one that's with the world coming to those kids and say they was talking about me. These are 9-year-olds. It was expected to get off on that, but which was really sad. That you know you would do such a tragic murder to innocent children at that innocent babies. You ain't let them reach a teenager, and you gonna say that because they talked about you and you felt hurt and hurtful. These are babies. These are 9-year-olds. And I remember the massacre. What was that? I don't know if it was a daycare or was in that school. I can't say junior high. Maybe it was junior high or middle school. It happened in all ages, but it was the one with our youngest kids. And they came in and assassinated our youngest kids, like 20 of them. If the government then should have locked down the country, Kidding me? The government should have shut this whole mother down. Them was our babies. And once again, we didn't put a plan in place and we continued to move forward into regular life, amplifying the security, not reassuring the security or reassuring a parent that their child is safe when they go to school. So that was tragic to me, and they still haven't came up with a plan. So that was real tragic. They didn't come up with a plan. You know, some of these schools you can walk right in them. It's sad because every school, it's one thing to invest in housing. It's one thing to say stop the gun violence. There's another saying that says if you don't roll with it, you get rolled over. So the reason the mob became calm is because the law enforcement and the government got so tired of it, they had to put somebody there to match them on their level, which the FBI was created. Even past that, go back to the West. And we watch these movies like Tombstone and all that, but it's humanity. It's people being people. We flip out, when we need some type of leadership or type of guidance. Wild Wild West, at such a time as this, and then further. But you need some type of government or leadership. You need some type of guidance. If you don't roll with it, you get rolled over. I'm not saying that to form a police task right now and would get out here willing to kill innocent teenagers. But let me say this: even in them times, the West in the 30s, they wasn't gonna let you kill innocent bystanders. This your cousin. That's what they said. This your cousin. It's your son. It's your cousin right here.
And put that on the other side of you. Yeah, that's your cousin, Corey.
Yeah, that's your cousin. But yeah, they wasn't gonna let they had to roll with it. So they weren't gonna let innocent kids just kill people. They weren't gonna let drunk people at the bars just snap out and start shooting their guns, shooting innocent bystanders. They put together a force and said, hold on. You can hold that motherfucker up and you can kill anybody in the way. And I don't mean to be family on your page, but you can hold that MF up and you can hit any innocent bystander, whether it's a baby or even an adult. If you can do that because you're killing an innocent life, why not roll with the signs of the times where you get ahead of the crime? But if you sit here and babysit it, get your babas ready because that's all you're going to do. You're going to babysit it. When all that other stuff stop because they put enforcement out that was matching them on their level. Coming dead at your ass. If you want the shootout, we want the shootout. If you want the peace, we want the peace. But one thing I need you to know, this I can see them coming. One thing I need you to know, we coming for your ass because at this time, who got to say so? These kids acting a fool, and us as parents, we talking and talking about it. Nobody acting. Nobody getting killed right now. Damn kids. Ain't nobody saying nothing. And them getting killed, robbed, beat. And all we saying is it's the kids. And the most saddest is, like I know, it's just our own clan killing each other. They the future. By the time this generation hit 30, it's gonna be more women than it's gonna be young men in our culture. We ain't thinking right now, but everything about longevity. As we still living, because we ain't going backwards. This ain't back to the future. This ain't no make believe. We only go this way. We ain't going this way. So this is the future. This generation is younger than us. When they started hitting, my son then in the 30s, so that generation younger than him, when they started hitting 30, they could be a lot of
Ricky agree.
the ratio gonna be different. Go ahead. Go ahead, bro. Just saying.
Yeah, he agree with you. Can you see the comment?
No, I can't see the comments.
I guess I'm on.
I can't see the comments, but I'm regulating with my cousin. Yes, let's shine.
I gotta figure out let y'all see the comments.
Oh,
No, he just commented facts. It's sad. 100 facts is sad.
it's sad. It's our younger generation. And they wiping themselves out. Ain't no leadership. Ain't no guidance. But the number most important thing is this ain't a cat. We don't get 9 lives. We don't get 2 up. We only get 1. The most important fact. So even with Moses faced up against the Roman, at that very moment in time, he knew it's only one of us walking away. You understand me? And I don't want to do this, but one of us walking away from this. Where he went in the wilderness and found God. But the kids, they don't care. They shooting, killing innocent souls, newborns, babies. It's our generation, and nobody's stepping up to talk to them. Got all this money. We bark about that. And everybody say, well, I'm going to go back and give to the hood. Hold on, nigga. Let me tell you something, nigga. You're fake, nigga. I'm going to tell you. Look at your color, nigga. Look at the color of your skin. You know my everyday struggle, nigga. Not my halfway stepping. You know my everyday struggle. Don't get up there and come back to the hood and build a YMCA trying to make it better, nigga. You know my everyday struggle. Building that YMCA, we got to go through 10 credit checks to possibly get us in there. Our kids in there. That won't change. You know the everyday struggle of that skin color. So don't get big and we got all these leaders we always talk about. When they give it back to the neighborhood, they give it back and they doing this and they doing this. And then you look at the older generation and you act like they don't want nothing. Nigga like they can get out here and fight. But now you neglect them. Say we are gonna focus on the future. Instead of building the wise. Because the wise will always encourage the blind. But the blind can't lead the blind. That's why we can't get. We say we're gonna come get back. At the end of the day, we come here to the neighborhood, you empty your pocket, empty your ticket. Yeah, but ain't nothing changing the pep and the step. You know everyday life. You know what our mama's going through, what our grandmama's going through, what our aunties going through, what our sisters going through. This don't change because you got a bag now. You going back to the hood and feel like you gave back. You might have did give back. You still won't get a church $1 probably, but you might have did come give back. But you know that everyday struggle. You do it on that's why you think the crime don't increase. You do it in the sense of thinking this is what's going on. It is helping, buddy, but it ain't helping for you. Helping for them, it ain't helping for you. So everyday struggle continue to go on. It turned up a notch. There's ain't no vain. I don't give a damn. The only thing that separates that Jesus came for all people. That's the only thing. Only thing. You gotta stand on the word, you gotta believe it. Can't have a dictator, can't have the best scholar or the one black guy that think he knows it all. Like, I'm standing on God's word. I say, the man that lied to you, believe me. Jesus said, my name sake suffer persecution. There's gonna be many false prophets. Why are we reading the book and we don't believe in the book? It don't take church to believe, but you gotta believe in your own private place. You gotta believe him in your own place. When Daniel was in the lion's den, he couldn't believe with everybody else because it was his moment, and everybody else didn't come with him. Leave him in there. I tell guys, just like the police, I say they go into the fight. I tell guys, look, when they threw Daniel in the lion's den, Daniel couldn't look to the right. He couldn't look to the left. You know, the world trying to throw something at you, you gotta look. No, Daniel couldn't look to the right. And he know what he up against. He know what he facing. He couldn't look to the right. He couldn't look to the left. Couldn't look up, couldn't look down. He know what's in there. The book tell us what's in there. He's in there. Looking to the right gonna do what to you? What good is that gonna do? You ain't watching the left. While you looking over here, he yanking at your leg. The other one yanking at your head. He knew he was. He couldn't look around. He had to believe and stand on that truth. He had to believe that God's word is the truth. He couldn't cut a corner. Like, it wasn't no cutting a corner. I think about Meshach, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. The most powerful thing about them going in the fiery furnace that the Bible say, because they stepped out of the fire. Not to mention, like my pastor would say, we know this. Let me give you this question: how hot do fire got to be to burn you? So if the king cranked it up 7 times hotter, the most amazing thing for me in that book, that story was, it says that they walked away. None of them got burned, none of them, right? Just like Daniel walked up the lion's den. He said they walked away. That you didn't even smell. That was the most powerful thing to me. You didn't even smell. It only take a little bit of. I don't even what it take fire. It got to be fire to burn them. But he was saying, it says it didn't even take. Oh no, you didn't even smell a scent of fire on their body. He cranked it up 7 times. So that's why I say for such a time as this, it's the truth. It's only going to be the truth because you know the devil trying to take the young people, trying to wipe them out. He don't want them to get this truth. But if Jesus said it, you believe in me, you're going to suffer persecution. But I already delivered you from it. Just keep walking. Don't walk backwards. The clock don't go backwards. The clock only ticks forward. Walk forward. You can't go backwards. So, you know, and that's pretty much what's going on for such a time as this. And if I had anything to tell them, look, they don't know. Our people ain't coming together to really tell them the truth. You know, they act like they're giving back to their neighborhoods. Like, you giving back over there. 50 black little young niggas that got killed. Now I don't want to say young niggas, but young brothers just got murdered over here. Oh, now you run over here to give back? 20 more young brothers over here don't got murdered.
Mm-hmm.
So the violence, definitely the violence don't increase. The guidance ain't there, but everyone says that they have an answer. That's why I listen to my pastor, because my pastor, he's speaking it with the truth. They say they got an answer, but ain't no answer. These cats ain't got no answer. Nobody got an answer. You know, everybody say we got an answer, we got an answer, we got an answer. Your money gonna do it, your money gonna do it. Ain't no answer for it. The only answer is when the leaders come together. We gotta come together because we're still trying to divide us because we get greedy. We feel like we gave back now. It's time to do us again. Truth of the matter. I seen somebody today to myself, ain't nothing changing my pep and my step. I still cook Roman noodles right here. Right. Once you help out a little bit, you go back to the normal, you know. He's living better. Living more here. But don't ever, ever, ever despise the fact that you know I struggle every day. They say they're giving back, and it's like, you know the struggle every day. You know that nigga alley walking up the alley, kicking stuff, looking on the ground. You know what he on. You know that nigga hanging on the corner trying to diss a pack. You know what he on. You know them cats running in them houses, and mama and them hungry. You know what they own. So what giving back are you doing? Are you hitting the right places? Are you scared to come back where it hurts because they say they're gonna get at you? That's probably why they get at you, because you know why? You know how it is for us. That's why we get back at it. I see why they get at the rappers now. It's like, hold on, you know what we going through every day. Come back and stand on the hood. You want to come back and stand on the set. You finna go, not you finna leave here. You finna go into the Caribbean in your damn mansion over there. Broken mama still need it. You know, the hustling that it never turned out a hustle. The hustle get a $50,000, tune up. They gonna try to juke it. At the same day, it's the everyday struggle. The more you make, the more you shine. The niggas want your tape and they want your grind. Like they want what you got. They want the income. It's just in our people. Embedded those seeds that we gotta uproot. We don't uproot them seeds, they're gonna be right there, like embedded for all of our people. Kids gonna still be killing each other, still gonna be violence, it's still gonna be hatred, it's gonna be, it's a sad deal. It's a sad deal for our young youth. And we got all these guys with all these millions of dollars. Nobody really stepping up to the if you see that they not doing it, you tell them that the police, they're the only ones running to the fight. You sit back on your money, and they the ones running to the fight. You say, demolish them? Fuck you. Like, I'm a black man, nigga, been straight in the trenches. Nigga live straight in the trenches. And it's like, F you, nigga, you talking about demolish the police. I get what happened to Floyd. I tore this bitch up, and that's why I went across the world like a wave. A tsunami. But demolishing the police, you stupid as hell. That's what I'm thinking, like, who demolish the police? Then you got these other people, like in Minnesota, remember that? These motherfuckers say, over there, one of the counties over there said, we hiring our own police. It started to get like that. Like, what? You hiring your own police? So I'm thinking, like, it's all effed up. But demolishing the police would be the last thing. If I was in some type of political power, it would be the last movement I'm making. You crazy? You can't control it. The kids acting the way they is now because the parents can't control them as it is. We the ones babysitting y'all damn babies. Trying to keep them alive, basically. We ain't out here serving and protecting. A lot of these little jokers will be dead. We out here keeping these jokers alive. You abolish us, it's chaos everywhere. All hell gonna break. You better not abolish the police. Definitely in the inner cities or in the hood or in the trenches. Yeah, making it out the jungle ain't no joke. Making it out the jungle ain't no joke. That's why I say it. Like, I salute all my military and everybody that go to the military to do this. Do it for the country. But the reason the Bible say God say you choose life because you only get one. So I know that it benefits and the success in the long haul to go to the military, to fight for the country, get to earn some medals and things like that, and to see the reality in war or combat. But yeah, once again, back to that, y'all know our everyday life. The reality is, God said, choose life. It's a war zone. In our inner cities, in our trenches, in our hood, whatever you want to call it, it's a war zone. And that demon is lurking through them streets and them gangways, them alleys, 24/7, lurking. Definitely in the heart of it, it's a war zone. And the thing about it, ain't nobody coming to help. It's law enforcement, but ain't nobody coming to help. And so a lot of us don't go to the military to learn how you want to politically combat techniques, learn how to handle that M16. We don't go to the military for that shit. You gonna survive these trenches. You have to survive that hood. That's why you hear cats say I made it out, because at the end of the day, it's a real fucking war zone. And ain't nobody coming through. The abandonment, the psychological stress of an individual that me, you, and everybody our generation, even older. The chiefs that's behind the bars that know the psychological stress that comes with a real war zone in our country, in our own land, that they try to make it seem like it's nothing. It's real as hell. It's real. God said, choose one life, you only get one. And once again, going back to Moses, when one of them was walking away, you faced up with him, you know what I mean? Like, only one person gonna walk away. So it's like, it's a war. There ain't nothing coming through. Nobody coming through. Ain't no other team coming through. Let's come over here. Bomb that block, bomb that block, bomb that block. Get them guys, get them guys. RPG him down, RPG him down. Tango, tango, delta, delta, echo, echo, echo. Zulu, Zulu, Zulu. No, we ain't get none of that. Nigga, get low, nigga, get low, nigga, get down, get down. Nigga, like, it's real shit. Like, nigga, watch that card, nigga. Like, hold on. It's a war zone. Like, get in the military that they earn medals and stuff. They don't realize the combat that we had learned. We didn't have to go. We learned it in our own neighborhoods. We have lost many of our own soldiers, our own friends, like boys in the hood. A lot of them been, you know, Ice Cube brother. Right? I don't want to say his name, but a lot of them been him, the innocent ones. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, we have seen this 24/7.
More chestnut.
Morris Chestnut. Oh yeah. Morris Chestnut. Yeah. I was trying to think his name. I couldn't think. Yeah, Morris Chestnut though. Yeah. But a lot of us, yeah, that are in the neighborhood, ain't nobody coming through. That's why the short is psychological gone. That's why it's right now. You either roll with it or you get rolled. All my points on it, because now we at a point that the police don't roll with it because it's a war zone. And what we could do is in sending our kids to the military to fight for us in this country and teach them combat and teach them morals, values, principles. We have to learn it the hard way in the impoverished neighborhoods where they really don't give a damn about them. They leave you there in the trenches. We learn our combat and shit in the hood. Like, it's a war zone in that bitch. Nigga, I learned how to pick this bitch up, nigga, and hit you the fuck up. I ain't learning going to the military, nigga. I learned it right here, hometown, nigga, right over there, nigga. On the low, nigga. On the low end, nigga. You know why I learned it at, nigga. You try to run up on me, nigga. You know what I mean? And they try to make it seem like we misunderstood or we ain't smart. I say believe in God's word. When you can open that book, read that book. That book said choose life, you only get one. It's like going to the military gonna benefit your life. A lot of us in the trenches, we know making it out the war zone gonna benefit mine. And we get out the jungle. It's hyenas in these bitches. It's dying lions in these bitches. They ain't cut down. Everybody hunting. You know what I'm saying? So like, uncle that went to the military. Got plenty of people who served. But when you talk about life, you could die in the military too. You'll get honored for that. You did it for the country. But when you talk in terms of life, you only get one. And it's a war zone down there. They ain't got nobody coming. Nobody coming in. That's why I put something out on Twitter. I said, we like Putin want to take over Ukraine. Putin trying to get everything together now. After COVID-19, he said, I want all my shit. I want my country down there too. I want everything with me now. The reflection of what we should be doing at home. Other than that, now people kill each other. We should be united in ways to build us as a humanity people. You know what I'm saying? We try to get us to growth and development, make America great again. Like Trump said. It would be so much more powerful. Because now we know things are coming out. Black people built the land. We built most of the stuff on the land. That's still a division with the enemy wants us against us. Then Jesus come on the scene and say, look, I'm doing it for him, and I'm doing it for him. I don't know what to tell you, but I'm doing it for him. That's the kingdom I'm walking in my kingdom. You can stay down here with the little, as T.D. Jason say, with the little chickens and the pigeons. They can't come where an eagle coming. They gotta stay down there where everybody else talking about you. Everybody else wants you to be on their level, hating on you. Come up here, we ain't gonna stay down there. So I really take that. I really take that the truth right there. That God's word is the truth. You got to read those principles. You got to stand on those principles because Jesus made a reflection of everything that's gonna happen in life. Yeah. But the church, really, I tell people, I say, well, the real last world war that's about to happen is gonna be religious war. I say we read the Bible. Everybody read the Bible. That's why they switched it up and put other Bibles. When we read the Bible, where we know, even with Moses, that for God I live, for God I die. Ain't nothing else. Ain't no golden calves. Ain't no Muslims. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say that the New Testament say the world waiting on the manifestations of the sons of God. If it was a natural that's saying that, it'd be saying, I'm gonna say it political correct. Because like you see now in a lot of states they've been showing these revivals. A lot of people walking the streets like protesting revivals. True followers will just start to walk in Jesus' belief. It's gonna be a world war. Cause we ain't tolerating no Muslim. We ain't tolerating no Buddha, Judah, Buddha. I ain't got time to talk about nobody. We're gonna talk to fact. Crucify you. But my name ain't gonna persecute you. It may come unto you to the point of death. But even so, doing death, I already freed you from it. On the other side, you did it in my name. Hear me out. You did it in my name, sake. But even so, I already defeated the enemy. Persecution. He's already defeated. No words on that, but you will suffer. It's the only name that they cutting off heads. All viral. Chopping off heads. Talking about you believe in Jesus, chopping it off. Man, even thinking twice. They cutting your head right off. Right. Now that was it. That's current. That was events that even occurred. That just happened years ago. Events, cutting off the heads of in Ethiopia when Barack Obama was in office. He was getting beheaded. I'm sure Barack that power couldn't send the enforcement that he want in time. He got to prove a point. Got to try to prove that he's the dominant because he is of this land. But at the end of the day, he's not the truth and he's not the dominant. But the name of Jesus. No other name. I hear my guys say Muslims and all that, but they ain't wiping you out for that. So that's why you know it coming a time when it's gonna be real, where the church step up. The world waiting on it. It's gonna be an all-out war because we can't house divided can't stand.
Man, it's inevitable, man.
I mean, you got Jewish, you got all types of stuff. Think about it. What do you call that? I forgot what the new generation was telling me. What is it? A narcissistic or something like that?
What?
And they believe. Like they really don't believe. They believe it's a power. They don't believe like none of the names in terms of the Bible that's spoken. Like they, they believe, but they do believe there's an existence out there. Because you look at a reality where the world's showing you something completely different, chaos, violence. You know what I'm saying? The world tell you like straight, uncut, raw, and then here it is. You hear something else, and it's like. Close. My garage closed. I have to make some money. Yeah, but I don't know, cuz that's just how I see it, man. And once again, like I said, I ain't in that political a place where I got that kind of power. I wouldn't, I wouldn't even want that kind of power. To be honest with you, I wouldn't, because things have changed up in the land. I got to stand on the principles of the king. There was always a king, but there was always a prophet the king needed. It's in the books. It's never ending story. It's never in the story. Definitely part one. I could watch it a million times. As old as I am now, but it was my favorite movie because it was like about a book that comes to life when you read it. There's only one book to me in this world that comes to life when you read it. There's gonna come a time they're gonna take the Bibles away. This is what the Bible says. It's gonna come a time it's gonna happen. But if it's a book that's like it's love stories, it's murder. I mean, everything is there. And it just kind of pulls you in. And it's not just reading, because once you read it, you'll see God talks to you and say, "Now I need you to start walking in that's truth. I need you to start doing these things, believing upon me. I sent Jesus to even show me what the world has to offer, how the enemy comes, how the enemy try to betray you, how the enemy try to establish, how the enemy try to keep you down, don't want you to grow, how he want to divide the reality of a life that we live and say, well, because here they did it for the country, but you're not more privileged because you have an opportunity, but yet you can't think for the next man that's ready to kill you right now because you believe in what he's saying, you gotta take it like it is. Keeps you on the other side. Ain't no glory for coming from that. Ain't no medals coming from that. Ain't no respect coming from that. No psychological help coming from that. We don't get no therapy. I see somebody Ukraine. He said the soldiers over there went to war and having a fight. They provided the soldiers with some therapy, right? Some mental, psychological help and talking with them and stuff like that. Some of the soldiers in Ukraine for being on the battlefield. And I thought about it, I said, well, man, I said, dang. I said, that's almost what the soldiers need in the hood, man.
Yeah.
Y'all take it as just everyday life. It's psychologically a pain to make it out the trenches. To even go back to the trenches, because you can't do for the next man not one day. But yeah, I'm gonna see here. This my daughter.
Yeah. And we gonna do this again.
I actually like this. I'm gonna tell Vamp and a few more of us really, because I know you. Here's the thing about this I like, because I know you was kind of bouncing all over the place, but I know you can really set topics that we all could talk about.
Yeah, we definitely gonna do. Homework. I was working on so long ago, and then I got to go to work tonight.
Oh, you do?
Good job, fellas.
You got two of them, man. I told OG them, and I said, look, Ricky came up there. I said, he'll spread his wings. I said, he see the opportunity. I said, he don't have 4 or 5 jobs, and all of them he manager.
Yeah, that's Corey.
Who is that?
Thank you.
I said, all of them he a manager. But he see the opportunity that's given. It's a good opportunity that's given, and once you see that, because you got so much in you, but where we come from, the city, the crib, the trenches try to hold us down, and we got all this. You know what I'm saying? We're very intelligent. We're very smart. We can hold down 2 or 3 jobs being a manager. Trenches kind of try to hold us down, I said, but venture out. That's what Cuzzo did. That's what Davio did. Davio came down here and said, man, I'm going to get me a firearm and everything. Guess what? He did all that. Every job he went to, he was a damn supervisor lead. But they try to keep us in the trenches and held us down. But we see where we can spread our wings. It's like, whoa. Because now you don't see it. In the trenches, you don't see it. But let me call my daughter here, Cuzzo.
All right, I'm gonna be doing this again in a couple of days, cuz.
Okay, most definitely. Make sure y'all go here and subscribe, man. Most definitely, man. RDS, let's go, man. You know what I'm saying? Most definitely got them hot topics. We coming, Joe. 2023, we trying to come. You know what I'm saying? Can we get some?
Let's do it.
It's enough for everybody, man. Can you let people get through the door, man? You know what I'm saying? He knocking, he in there. Can we get some more subscribers, some more bloggers, man? But most definitely though, cause I hit you up on the horn or something,
All right.
All right.
Much love, cuz.
Much love.